How has the basketball community, including fans and fellow players, reacted to this incident? Today, we're diving into some intense sports drama as a WNBA player makes headlines for an unexpected altercation with an NBA All-Star. This incident has sent shockwaves through the basketball world, sparking debates and discussions across social media. Join us as we unravel the details behind this surprising encounter and explore the reactions from fans and athletes alike. Get ready for a deep dive into the intersection of gender, competition, and sportsmanship in professional basketball. Without further ado, let's jump right into it. Is Jalen Brunson the best point guard in the Eastern Conference? When it comes to the best point guards in the NBA, Jalen Brunson has undoubtedly solidified himself as one of the top 5 players at that position. For some analysts and fans, Brunson's exceptional play this season has even elevated him to the status of the best point guard in the Eastern Conference. With the New York Knicks sitting as a top 4 seed, largely driven by Brunson's offensive brilliance, the case for his supremacy at the point guard position in the East is a compelling one. How has Jalen Brunson exceeded expectations? Jalen Brunson's ascent to elite point guard status has been a remarkable journey, one that has demolished everyone's expectations along the way. Just 2 years ago, when Brunson signed with the New York Knicks in the 2022 offseason, he was viewed as a nice pickup, a good piece to complement the Knicks' existing core, but certainly not a player who would emerge as the team's go-to star and carry them to new heights. After spending his first 4 seasons as a valuable role player with the Dallas Mavericks, Brunson has blossomed into a bona fide superstar in New York. He is currently 8th in the NBA in scoring, shooting a blistering 41% from beyond the arc and leading the Knicks to a level of success that seemed unimaginable just a year ago. Brunson's meteoric rise has not only shocked the basketball world, but also silenced many of his doubters, including WNBA star Candace Parker, who has had a string of awful takes regarding the young point guard's abilities. What did Candace Parker get wrong about Jalen Brunson? In the past few weeks, Candace Parker has made a series of questionable statements about Jalen Brunson, exposing what appears to be a personal vendetta or bias against the Knicks' star. Parker's most egregious take came when she said, "We've seen Jalen Brunson in the playoffs with the Mavs, and he was number 2, number 3, came in, played minutes, supplemented Luka, handling the ball. But as a number 1 option last year in the playoffs, great first round, second round, not so much." First, let's address Parker's claim about Brunson's role in Dallas. While it's true that he was often the second or third option behind Luka Doncic, Brunson proved himself more than capable of shouldering the offensive load when called upon. In the 2022 playoffs, his first round against the Utah Jazz, with Doncic sidelined for the first 3 games, Brunson took the reins of the Mavericks' offense and showed exactly what he could do as the primary scoring option. In Game 1, Brunson dropped 24 points. In Game 2, he erupted for an incredible 41-point performance. And in Game 3, on the road in Utah, Brunson scored 31 points to give Dallas a 2-1 series lead. Without his heroics in those 3 games, the Mavericks likely would have been eliminated before making their run to the Western Conference Finals for the first time since 2011. Parker's assertion that Brunson wasn't so great in the second round is an outright lie. In the Mavericks' hard-fought series against the Miami Heat, Brunson was undoubtedly Dallas's best player, elevating his game to new heights while his teammates faltered. Brunson outplayed the so-called baby Jordan Jimmy Butler, averaging 21.6 points, 4.6 rebounds, and 3.7 assists while shooting nearly 50% from the field. Speaking of clutch performances, Brunson was unstoppable in the fourth quarters of that series against Miami. He averaged 9.0 points per game in the final frame, the highest mark of any player in the second round, and did so while shooting an efficient 50% from the field, 33% from deep, and 90% from the free throw line. When the Knicks needed a big shot, they turned to Brunson time and time again, and he delivered in a way that belied his age and experience. How does Jalen Brunson stack up against other elite point guards? Putting aside Candace Parker's misguided critiques, let's take an objective look at how Jalen Brunson's 2023-24 season stacks up against some of the other elite point guards in the NBA, both in the Eastern Conference and across the league. Compared to the other top point guards in the East, such as Trae Young, Tyrese Haliburton, and Drew Holiday, Brunson has arguably put together the most complete and impactful season. While Young continues to put up gaudy scoring numbers, his overall game has not translated into consistent winning for the Atlanta Hawks. Haliburton, meanwhile, has been a bright spot for the Indiana Pacers but remains a work in progress on the defensive end, routinely getting exploited by opposing guards. When looking at the league's best point guards overall, including players like Damian Lillard, Ja Morant, and Luka Doncic, Brunson holds his own in terms of overall impact and efficiency. Lillard's Portland Trail Blazers have underachieved in the win column, while Morant has dealt with consistency issues and off-court distractions that have overshadowed his immense talent. Doncic, Brunson's former teammate in Dallas, remains a transcendent offensive force, but even he has been outshined by Brunson in certain areas this season. Brunson's shooting percentages from the field, 49.2%, and beyond the arc are both superior to Doncic's marks, highlighting the former's remarkable efficiency as a scorer. Moreover, Brunson's ability to elevate the Knicks to a top 4 seed in the Eastern Conference, despite preseason expectations being relatively low, is a testament to his value as a floor general and leader. Of course, Brunson is not a perfect player, and there are areas where he can continue to improve. His defensive impact, while not a glaring weakness, is not on par with some of the league's elite perimeter stoppers. Additionally, his playmaking and assist numbers, while solid, pale in comparison to the league's premier facilitators. However, when evaluating Brunson's overall body of work this season, factoring in his scoring prowess, efficiency, clutch gene, and impact on winning, there is a strong case to be made that he has been the most well-rounded and impactful point guard in the Eastern Conference, if not the entire NBA. Now, what should we expect from Jalen Brunson in the 2024 playoffs? As the 2024 NBA playoffs approach, all eyes will be on Jalen Brunson to see if he can maintain his exceptional level of play on the brightest stage. Based on his performance in last year's postseason, there is little doubt that Brunson will rise to the occasion and continue to silence his doubters. In the 2023 playoffs, Brunson averaged an impressive 27.8 points per game, trailing only Kevin Durant and outscoring stars like Jason Tatum and Jimmy Butler. This year, with an improved supporting cast around him and the benefit of a full season as the Knicks' unquestioned go-to guy, there is virtually no reason to believe Brunson won't take another step forward in his playoff production. The Knicks' success in the 2024 playoffs will hinge largely on Brunson's ability to maintain his scoring efficiency and clutch gene in high-pressure situations. If he can continue to knock down shots at his current clip and come through in the waning moments of tight games, New York could find themselves making a deep run in the Eastern Conference playoffs. Of course, the Knicks' postseason fortunes will also depend on factors outside of Brunson's control, such as the performance of his teammates and the strategic acumen of head coach Tom Thibodeau. However, if last year's playoffs taught us anything, it's that Brunson is more than capable of carrying a team on his back when necessary. As the playoffs approach, Candace Parker and other Brunson doubters would be wise to reevaluate their stance on the young point guard. His body of work this season, coupled with his impressive playoff resume, has cemented his status as one of the NBA's premier floor generals and a legitimate superstar in the making. While comparisons to legends like Michael Jordan may be premature, Brunson's ability to take over games and deliver in clutch moments is a rare trait that few point guards possess, especially at his modest height of 6'1". If the Knicks are to make noise in the 2024 playoffs, you can bet that Jalen Brunson will be at the center of it all, proving once again that he is a force to be reckoned with on the biggest stage. Thanks for tuning in to learn about the surprising altercation between a WNBA player and an NBA All-Star. Don't forget to hit the like button if you found this video informative and subscribe to stay updated on all the latest news and developments in the world of sports. And as always, feel free to share your thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, stay tuned for more exciting content.